Our guest of honor, Dr. Philip Choi, President of Shell International Eastern Trading Company, members of the SMU Board of Trustees and Lee Kong Chan School of the Business Advisory Board, MBA class of 2010, distinguished guests, family members, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This is my first MBA graduation at SMU. If there is one thing that I know how to do from my 27 years of experience, is graduating MBA classes. Many other things that I do here at SMU are new to me, but I feel suddenly that this is something I have done before. But having done it so many times, I'm still very proud and actually very pleased to stand here and say congratulations to all of you. I'm not sure that I have now to call you alumni. That's actually at the end of this session, right? Now you're still students. It wasn't that long ago that you took the decision to either take a break from work or juggle work and studies by embarking on this program. You saw the value of this for your future careers and your future goals, probably broader not only than your career but also personal goals. And the SMU MBA builds on the strengths and the successes of the undergraduate programs which began 10 years ago. We knew we could offer a distinctive MBA program in line with our vision of developing unconventional business leaders who can excel in a fast-changing world and who can do so, and I find this particularly important, with a high sense of ethics and social responsibility for their communities. Today, you have reached your goal, but to some extent I also should say that we, as an institution, as SMU, have realized our goal of extending our quality undergraduate programs into graduate programs, and that now for the second time. This batch that graduates today is a diverse class of talented and interesting individuals. I think I've said that 29 times, but it is true. Because I'm always surprised how diverse, how interesting, how great it is, how interesting the group is, how great it is to interact with them. Because I see in this class, again, entrepreneurs, a technologist, an Air Force officer, somebody who runs a family business, people who run important and responsibilities within larger corporations, people who are running businesses in smaller organizations. And interestingly enough, more than half of your class were international talents. I've learned that word here also in Singapore. I'm not a mercenary, but an international talent. From countries including France, India, Vietnam, and Zimbabwe, adding even more diversity to the learning in this program. I miss a Belgian. Bringing a wide range of expertise in fields ranging from finance to media, from NGOs to manufacturing, you were handpicked for your special qualities to embark on this, what I hope was a dynamic learning journey. I know from my colleagues with whom I've talked over the last weeks that during your time here at SMU, this class has risen to the challenge. You have mastered the fundamentals of successful management and gained a much deeper insight into what the complex global market can offer as opportunities, but obviously also as challenges and threats. And in integrating with the core courses, there were the special sector focuses on the areas of family business and entrepreneurship, finance, energy, and technology. And this has provided you, participants, with a deep understanding of these growing and important sectors and the impact they can have on the global market. I understand that students have kept tabs on developments through industry visits and met top executives from institutions and global companies, including companies like Credit Suisse, ING Asia, JP Morgan, Citi, and even Small World Group. Even with this intense and fast-paced program, students have also maximized their learning experience with internships and exchange programs to, for example, St. Gallen in Switzerland or Seoul National in Korea. And some of you, I understand, have even organized an amazing race around Singapore. That laughter was not in my lines. An amazing race around Singapore to showcase some of the island's attractions to our international students. I do understand, however, that you've showed some of the aspects I haven't discovered yet, and that probably next year, when your successors do a similar tour, I better join them. I do think, and I'm convinced, that you have benefited tremendously from the individual attention and the intensive coaching by our senior academics, and also by the highly respected industry professionals who teach the program. For the outstanding faculty who have helped shape this program, many of them are here today to celebrate your success. We want to thank them. Now, an MBA program is obviously more than only content, or even an amazing race, or an internship, or interacting with each other. It is also building up networks. You know that some of the people with whom you've worked over the last year have really become friends for life. And you would be surprised to see how often you will run into each other professionally. The contacts that you have made here, these friendships, will be very important. This network is really a critical part of being a student in this particular program, especially that when the MBA is such a special and a different one. More so than in any other program, it is my experience and my observation that the networks that you build in an MBA program are forever and actually come in very handy, I would say, both in your professional as well as in your personal life. Now, I also know that an MBA, that you don't achieve this without the support, the dedication, the love of your advocates and supporters, your families, your loved ones. Hearing from the noise in the room, I think they were not always supporters. They can have been sometimes a bit of a distraction, but a very pleasant one. But I also want to thank the families, the parents, the partners, the children that actually have supported you during this voyage here at SMU. And in fact, I always like and this applause precedes what I wanted to say. That is that I want not only to thank you, but I actually think of you as members of the SMU family and the SMU community. And we want to embrace you as part of our bigger family here at the university. Now, when SMU was established in January 2000, the vision of our founders was to groom innovative business leaders with a strong sense of ethics and social responsibility. I hope you've been able to sample a little bit of that. I do know that it's not at your age that we transform you completely. I mean, there has already been the previous education, there have been your experiences in your professional life, but I hope that we have been able to instill a little bit more this ethical and social responsibility. I think that one of the discoveries we've made with the financial crisis is that one of the mantras of what business education was all about, shareholder value, was too narrow. When you are in business, when you're in organizations, when you're in non-profit organizations, you create value for society. And in business, the shareholders are a very important part of that. They're an important stakeholder. Yes, we need to really take care of them, but they're not alone. And I hope that through the program you've been able to learn a little bit more about what your corporate social responsibility or your organizational social responsibility is and how you can actually contribute to that. More is always expected from those to whom more has been given. We hope you will be very good stewards of your talents and give back to the community. I'm also very happy to say that for the first time, our valedictorian will receive a $5,000 cash award for all-round outstanding performance. And in this, we are very happy to have the generous support of DBS Bank. It has been for me a very pleasant exercise to take during the first 3-4 months of this academic year, the leadership of this university. It's an exciting chapter in our journey. As I always say, we want to be more than a school, than a business school. We want to be a school for business. And that relates back to what I just said about, it's not only about shareholder value, it's about creating value for society. If you create value for society, the problems with which you are confronted are much wider usually. It is about what is the role of companies, what is the role of organizations in that society, how do we tackle environmental problems, how do we tackle diversity problems in workforce, etc. And for that reason I often say we need to move from being a business school towards a school for business. A school that relies on all disciplines, that can borrow from many different aspects of life and knowledge to provide answers for business. I hope that in this program that we have been able to groom you a little bit as a school for business in order to serve the business community, but actually the community at large. It is then with great pride that we, and I say now use the word we and not me, but we as a faculty, as an organization, as a group of staff, alumni, etc., that it's with great pride that we graduate this class of outstanding men and women. You will join the ranks in about 45 minutes of some 6,500 alumni. And as we send you off, for some it means developing your careers with your existing firms, for others it may be embarking on new careers and pathways. But whatever you do, I wish you all great success, and I look forward to seeing you back here at SMU as active alumni. Thank you very much.